In the last video, we talked about series and parallel and color coding our circuit so that we were able to see series and parallel. Now let me show you how we actually use that in a battery charging circuit. This is useful if you have a motorhome. Okay, here are two batteries, for example. Let's decide if they are in series or parallel. Right here, let's color code our circuit. So here's one. Is that an extraordinary or an ordinary node? That's an ordinary node. Here's another ordinary node. And finally, one more ordinary node. Okay, so I have three ordinary nodes. I have two batteries that are connected by one color, and so they are in series. 12 volts is in series with the other 12 volts. So the total voltage that I have is 12 volts in series with 12 volts, or 24 volts from top to bottom. Now, I would connect my batteries up just like this. Say if I had two batteries, two car batteries for example, and I wanted to hook them up, I would literally take the positive arm of one battery and it would come out to the top of my 24 volts. I would take the negative terminal of one battery and connect it to the positive terminal of the other, and I'd take the negative terminal of that battery and connect it up, and I would end up with a 24 volt battery. Now let's also talk about the current. Let's say that this battery is capable of delivering 20 amp hours. Well, I would now have two batteries, both capable of delivering 20 amp hours, but they would have 24 volts. So they still would be a 24 volt, 20 amp hour battery. Now let's go to the parallel connection. Here I have two 12 volt batteries, and let's color code them and see if they really are in parallel. So here is one. Is that an ordinary or an extraordinary node? That's an extraordinary node. And right here, ordinary or extraordinary? That's an extraordinary node. Okay, well, in my parallel connection, I can see that they are parallel because they share the two colors, red and yellow. And remember that if I have a parallel circuit, the voltage stays the same. But what does change? Okay, so I hook them up this way. I would connect both positive terminals together, and that would come out to here, and the negative terminals would come out there. What happens here is my voltage is the same, but I can get more current. So instead of having a 20 amp hour system, I have a 40 amp hour system. So let's go back and take a look. Here I had my batteries in series, I doubled my voltage. Here I have my batteries in parallel, I'm doubling my current. Now here are some other combinations. Let's see what's in series and parallel here. Okay, there is one ordinary or extraordinary node. Yep, ordinary node. Here is ordinary or extraordinary. That's extraordinary. Here is another extraordinary node, and I still have one more ordinary node right there in the middle. Okay, this is how the batteries would be hooked up, just like in this picture. All right, what do I have here? I have two batteries. Right there, they're in series, they share one color, 12 volts in series with 12 volts, and I have another 12 volts in series with 12 volts, right there, and they are in, that's not series, they are in parallel. So I have 12 volts in series with 12 volts, which is 24, and that's in parallel with another 24 volt battery. The combination of these gave me both double voltage and double current. Now let's see another way we might hook that up. Right here, we could hook up kind of the same thing. It sort of looks like it might be the same. Let's check it out. Okay, right there, all of those connect up together. How is this different than my previous case? The only thing that's different is that I am connecting my batteries up by putting two in parallel like this, and another two in parallel, and then connecting those in series. So it's like having two parallel connections in series instead of two series connections in parallel. Do I still get the same thing? Well, let's see. So right here, I had a 12 volt system that was 20 amp hour and another 12 volt system that was 20 amp hour. And I ended up with, what do I have right here? I have a 12 volt system, but it is 40 amp hour. And I have another 12 volt system that is 40 amp hour. and I put the two of those together, and the 12 volts in series are going to give me 24 volts. Now let's talk about charging batteries. I have a 12-volt battery charger, and I would connect it up like this in order to charge my 12-volt battery. If I wanted to charge my 24-volt system with my 12-volt battery chargers, what would I do? I would connect the first battery charger here and the second battery charger there. If I wanted to connect my system this way, I would be connecting a 12-volt charger here, the bottom part of the 12-volt charger there, here, and here. So in conclusion, the things that we've talked about today are voltage, current, and resistance, variable resistors and resistive sensors, measuring voltage, current, and resistance, series and parallel elements, node, paths, and loops. We'll be talking about these again throughout the semester. Did you wonder where the picture was from the front slide? That's from Peekaboo Slot Canyon near Kanab, Utah. Thank you for joining me today.